warm day. Thanks for coming out. We're going to get started. Someone reminded me to remind you, please turn your cell phones off. Great. Welcome everyone to FCCPR-sponsored gubernatorial forum, the 3 announced Democratic candidates who seek to defeat Republican Governor Charlie Baker in 2018. Thank you, candidates Jay Gonzalez, Bob Massey, and Seti Warren for agreeing to speak to our communities this afternoon. My name is Mary Ellen Calderwood, and I am a member of the Coordinating Committee for FCCPR. In July 2016, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders said, "Together, my friends, we have begun a political revolution to transform America, and that revolution, our revolution, continues." FCCPR, or Franklin County Continuing the Political Revolution, evolved from a grassroots effort to elect Senator Bernie Sanders as president in 2016. Since the 2016 election, FCCPR has grown into a nearly 350 dues-paying members who convene monthly during our General Assembly when all members are provided with updates from our 7 task forces: campaign finance, civil rights, climate change, education, labor, and single-payer health care. These task forces meet on a regular basis at our member-supported office at 345 Main Street in Greenfield, just below Greenfield Coffee. They tackle issues ranging anywhere from global warming to attacks against unions. Incidentally, they participated in the development of the questions that will be presented by our moderator this afternoon. In addition, we have an 11-member coordinating committee who work together on supporting our task forces, recruiting new members, researching and providing critical information, and most importantly, encouraging our members to raise their voices on issues that concern them. FCCPR also partners with other area progressive movements to either support or oppose proposed or pending legislation, to mobilize in times of crisis and during elections. Lastly, our endorsement committee meets and makes recommendations to our membership on local, state, and soon-to-be federal elections. Of note, during our recent Greenfield municipal election, FCCPR was successful in electing 5 of our 6 endorsed candidates to local office. I will offer more information on our endorsement process at the close of the forum. But now I want to introduce our 2nd Berkshire District Representative, Paul Mark. Greenfield and was the first elected official in the Commonwealth to endorse Sanders and served as co-chair of the campaign in Massachusetts. Paul Mark.
Thank you, Mary Ellen, and thank you to FCCPR and the various Democratic town committees in the region for putting this event on. This is important. This is democracy. This is what democracy looks like. This is how we make democracy work, by participating in it. I want to say I admire each of these 3 men that are willing to challenge Charlie Baker. I admire them both individually and collectively. I'm not going to say who I admire most, but I admire them all. You have a gentleman who has served his city as mayor and served his country in the Navy. You have a gentleman who has dedicated his life to fighting for the environment and should be commended for his work ending the apartheid movement in South Africa. And you have a gentleman who did an outstanding job as a cabinet secretary under Governor Paul Patrick, and we were lucky to work. But I admire them even more because they have the courage to do this, to put themselves and their necks and their families out on the line and challenge a governor that by all means seems to be unbeatable. He's supposedly unbeatable. He's got all this dark money. He's going to have $20 to $30 million, and he raises it using loopholes, bringing in $40,000 per person from all over the country. And he's not afraid to spend it, and he's not afraid to work with super PACs who aren't afraid to spend it and attack them and Democrats all over the state. He's popular. He's so popular. My Democratic colleagues, some of them can't stop themselves. They can't help getting pictures with him because he's so wonderful. But it's easy to be popular when nobody knows what you stand for. When you've never taken a position on anything for the 3 years that you've been governor. And so I admire that these three men are going to challenge him. They're going to challenge him to defend what he's been doing. They're going to make him declare what is your accomplishment 3 years into this. And they're going to tell us why they're going to do a better job. When Governor Baker first took over, one of his first actions was to rescind a contract that was awarded for $2 million to the town of Heath. One of his next actions was to impose a moratorium on the Mass Broadband Institute project that cost us over a year. I still don't have internet in my town of Peru. Then he vetoed the funding for the opioid task force that Senator Rosenberg and I secured for Franklin County, one of the most successful programs in the state of Maryland, throughout the Commonwealth, throughout the country. Things like that are why he needs to go. The Republican governor appoints Republicans to all the positions, patronage positions that end up with people getting fired in the Department of Energy, Department of Environment, Department of Conservation and Recreation. People that run for office as Republicans and they lose, the voters rejected them, but Governor Baker appoints them right to state government jobs, making more than me. A lot more than me. It matters who's governor. It matters who's governor because that person controls the executive branch. They control how they enforce the laws we pass. They can stifle laws that we're trying to pass. And they can be a roadblock for so many things that are important to us and to our values that we share. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is to listen to each of these three men. Listen to who they are. What is their background? Where do they come from? What have they been able to accomplish? And next, important, what is their vision? What do they want to accomplish? And do they share a vision with you, with all of us, collectively? And then also important, not most important, but important, can they win? And are you willing to do what it takes to help them win? If I had $1 for every person that told me, I vote for Bernie Sanders but he can't win, I'd be rich. But if every person that said that voted for him, he'd be the president. So, bear that in mind. Get ready to work, get ready to be excited, and get ready to listen. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for having me. Welcome. And let's get out there and let's win this election in 2018, because we've seen what can happen right here in Greenfield. When Democrats and progressives and people with similar values work together, we can overcome anything, and we're not going to sit back and watch while Republicans walk all over us anymore. Thank you.
Definitely check mark. And now I want to introduce our moderator and one of FCCPR's endorsement successes, our own Sheila Gilmore. She's a member of our coordinating committee and a newly elected Precinct 6 Greenfield City Council member, Sheila Gilmore. She's going to moderate.
This afternoon, we will hear from all three of the declared Democratic candidates for governor, Jay Gonzalez, Bob Massey, and Sandy Warren. If you're interested in posing questions to the candidates, you may do so by writing your question concisely and legibly on one of the note cards provided. If you do not have a note card, please raise your hand and one of our volunteers will bring you one. You have until the end of opening statements to turn your question into one of our volunteers. We begin our forum with opening statements. Each candidate will have 5 minutes to make his case. Susan Triolo will be keeping time, and she will hold up a card to remind each candidate when he has 30 seconds remaining, and again when he has 10 seconds remaining. Next, I will post 5 questions that were prepared by FCCPR and sent to each of the candidates in advance. Candidates will have 3 minutes to respond to each of these questions. The speaking order will change throughout the event, so our candidates will answer in a different order each time. After that, I will read several questions submitted by the audience. Our volunteers will look for questions that complement but do not repeat the questions already posed by FCCPR. And again, I would like to emphasize that if you would like to submit a question, you must do so by the end of opening statements. Finally, each candidate will have 2 minutes to address the audience one last time in closing remarks. We ask the audience to please hold your applause until the end of closing remarks. So without any further ado, I would like to welcome our candidates to Franklin County and the city of Greenfield. And now we're going to start with opening remarks by Mr. Bob Massey.
Thank you very much, Sheila. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Susan. Thank you to all of you for coming out on this balmy weather and making it here to be part of our democratic process. I am running because I believe I am the strongest, boldest progressive in this race. I am the only person up here who voted for Bernie Sanders. And I support the concept that we need a revolution in this country. We need system change because our economy is fundamentally upside down. The form of capitalism that we have today is not working for most people. Now, back in 1944, when Franklin Roosevelt was president, and we were still in the middle of World War II, he gave a brilliant State of the Union address where he said that we've come a long way with our political Bill of Rights, now we need an economic Bill of Rights. Because we cannot be free as a people unless each of us has access to 4 building blocks of prosperity: a good home, a good school, a good doctor, and a good job. Now, all 4 of these things are becoming harder and harder for regular people to afford and to achieve. And we have watched as the gap between the wealthy and regular folks and low-income folks has gotten worse and worse and worse. And the whole idea of the American dream is now falling apart as people are losing confidence that through their hard work and their ability, they can advance in their own lives, and even more important, that their children and our young people will do even better. That is under threat, and that is exactly why so many people in desperation, in grief, in anger, pushed that big red Trump button back in 2016. If we are going to win the country back, if we are going to win voters back, we have to have a bold, strong vision. So let's go through that. A good home. We need to be fighting for affordable housing, changing methods of ownership, introducing new forms of finance. For schools, we know how hard it is now for communities to support public education, but we need to push forward, supporting the Fair Share Amendment, working for universal pre-K, reviewing our curricula so that people are ready for the 21st century economy, lowering the cost of higher education, first until we are debt-free, and finally so that we are tuition-free. In terms of doctor, I support single payer. I've been through plenty of medical challenges myself, and I'll talk a little bit more about why I'm deeply committed to that. But we need to move forward. We've tried everything else. We're wasting enormous amounts of money. We need to move to a rational system that guarantees health care for all. And then finally, we also need to be thinking about other issues like transportation, which is key to prosperity, and clean energy, which I know that we'll be talking about. Just to go back to the economy for a second, let me give you 7 quick ideas. We could be promoting local economy and local jobs. I used to be head of something called the New Economy Coalition, which focused on that. Worker and consumer cooperatives, procurement contracts with major anchor institutions, so that we have our small business have a dependent source of revenue. We need to allow small investors to invest in each other's communities so that we have access to local capital. We need to design a system of portable benefits so that people are not hanging on to jobs that they hate and that they can't move because the only place they can get health insurance and other benefits is through their employer. We need to fight the way in which big corporations, I support small business, but big corporations are pushing to get people off their rolls, make them subcontractors, make them part-time, and that is damaging people across this state. Young people are now forced into the gig economy where they have to have 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. And finally, we need new structural changes like an infrastructure bank, which could lend money to improve infrastructure across the state. I just want to say, we are in a historic fight that has been fought other times in American history. George Washington was concerned about the moneyed interest. Abraham Lincoln was concerned about corporate power. Teddy Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, even Dwight Eisenhower fought this battle. And we need to fight it again to preserve American economy and to preserve American democracy. And I just want to conclude by we should be proud that here in Massachusetts we carry forward the tradition of the Kennedys, because the Kennedys always framed politics not in terms of just getting what we want, but facing the deepest challenges of the day. And just to remember, Bobby Kennedy said, some people see things the way they are and ask why. I see things that never were and ask why not. That is the question for this campaign, and I hope that I will earn your support. Thank you.